What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Azkhalon. College Football 26 is here, at least the early access is, and so I've already hit the ground running with some videos for you guys for College Football 26. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to edit a player. I am also going to talk to you about the spreadsheet I'm working on, listing all of the players you can edit from each team before starting a dynasty or doing a play now. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go. Yeah, I know what some of you might say. You can play Dynasty for a few years until all of the opted-in players are gone, and then you can edit everyone. Yes, I'm sure you could probably do that again this year, although I haven't played around with Dynasty yet because I've been working on this spreadsheet for you guys. But at the end of the day, if you're an old head like me, one of the things we enjoyed in some of the old NCAA football games was the ability to edit every player. Of course, we can't do that now with all of the NIL stuff, but there are a good number of players that you can still edit as of right now. I was actually shocked as I started working on my spreadsheet how many players you can edit. Some of the teams surprised me, like Texas, for example, which has 12 players you can edit at early access launch. So first, let's talk about how to edit a player and what all you can edit this year. Except for the differences in presentation, everything is pretty much the same in this year's game as far as editing a player is concerned. So when you first fire up the game, you're going to scroll over to create and share. There you'll find rosters under the edit tab. So when you click on rosters, it's going to bring up these three options. All you got to do is click on manage players. And then by default, it's going to pull up your favorite team that you selected initially when you first fired up the game. So in my case, it's Auburn. And so if you have an opted-in player, for example, like Jeremiah Cobb, when you go to edit player, you will only see three tabs here: player bio, rating, and apparel. So I'm gonna pull up this free safety here named Alexander Reeves. And so when I click on him and then click edit player, you'll see that we have a fourth tab now called appearance. If you see that appearance tab, that means that you can edit this player. I like the way this looks this year. And so if I click on player bio, you can see that his first name is not grayed out. So if I click on that with A on Xbox and then whatever the corresponding button is for PlayStation, you can see that I can erase his name and I can change it to whatever I want to change it to. Let's do an actual name. Let's go Gavin. Hit done, and as you can see, his name is changed. So whenever you find a player that you can edit, you can tell which things you can actually change, because if you look here at the first name, you'll see that it's dark. But even though this is an editable player, I cannot edit every single thing. So if I scroll down, I can edit his last name. I can edit his position, as you can see here. Now, when I get the team, you see that it's grayed out. It is lighter. That means that I can't edit that particular thing with that player. So you can't change their team name. Unfortunately, like last year, you can't change their number. So if you're wanting to create yourself, for example, and player lock a particular player in Dynasty mode, you'll have to try to choose one that look like you, kind of, and one that has a number that you want. You can't change their handedness, their hometown, or their state. So in player bio, the only things that you can change are the first name, last name, and position. If you go to rating, you can change everything here. So you can make adjustments to whatever you want to change. So if you change the position, you can change certain attributes to fit that position more so. So everything under ratings can be edited. When you go to apparel, I think you can edit apparel for every single player. So you can change stuff like their helmet. You can change what type of face mask they have. You can give them a visor if you want to. You can give them a mouth guard, etc. You can see all the different options there. So you can go down to torso. You can see the different options that you can play with here. And there's nothing new here. If you played last year's game, it's pretty much the same thing. I know, like lower body, for example, some people were hoping for the one leg sleeves, but they just got the 2-leg sleeves again. So all of this stuff is the same. The only thing I think is different is they added some new cleats. There's some of the same cleats as before as well, like the Nike Field Generals. I think they were in previous games, but they have added a few more that you can select. Other than that, everything else in apparel is pretty much the same as last year. So you just go through, play around with it. And then appearance is the last thing that you can edit. Unfortunately, you can't change how they look. The only thing you can change is their physique. So when you go in, this is new for this year's game. You have different body types. So standard, thin, heavy. So these are like presets: lean, muscular, and then back to standard. And of course, no matter what body type you select, you can change the height and weight. But initially it'll give you a certain height or weight that kind of fits that body type. And so those are the 4 things that you can edit. So when you're done editing your player completely, you're going to hit back, and then it's going to take you back to the player management screen. You're going to hit back again. And then now it's going to ask you if you want to save your rosters. So obviously you made any changes, you want to save the roster. So you want to click save. Then of course you're going to click new and then name it whatever file you want to name it, and then hit done. So now your roster is saved. So if you want to load your rosters, you go to manage files here under create and share as well. Click on load and delete files. And then we're going to scroll over to roster, and then you'll see my 3 different rosters that I have here. And so I just saved the test one. And so if I click on that, it says if you load this file, all current progress will be lost. Would you still like to load this file? I'll click yes. And so now we're going to go into play now here, and we're going to see if my player is available here. So we're just going to select Auburn here. All right, so immediately here, I'm going to go into coaching. From the pause menu, go to depth chart. And then when I go to the free safeties, all right, so now when I go into Dynasty, so I'm gonna go start a new Dynasty here. I'm gonna do active roster, so it should have the roster that I just loaded. And then it's gonna import your roster that you have saved. We're not gonna change any of the settings or the conferences, so we're just gonna click advanced. And then we're gonna click on Auburn, because that's the team that we want to play with. I'm gonna click head coach, and I'm just gonna be Hugh Freeze. I'm not gonna change to anybody else. All right, then it'll start the Dynasty. I got coach's points from pre-ordering. Nice. All right, so when we get into here, we wanna go over to team and then depth chart, and then we wanna go find our free safeties. Okay, it seems like during this early access period, the rosters are not saving. So I will make a video later to update you guys on when that's happening. But right now you can't save any edits to your rosters, but that's how you go through and edit players. And these are the things that you can edit when I've already showed you in the video. Because as you can see here, I've changed this dude's first name to Gavin about 5 times, and it keeps resetting back to Alexander. I knew there would be bugs with this game with the early access. I mean, that's to be expected in this modern era of gaming. So let's go ahead and shift gears and talk about my spreadsheet. This is a work in progress, so please bear with me. I only have a few teams completed as of the recording of this video. I have the teams on the spreadsheet sorted alphabetically by conference for you. I am working on the bigger schools first, and then I plan to finish up conference by conference until the spreadsheet is 100% completed. My goal is to try to get it done by July 10th when the full game is available for everybody. For each team, you'll see a list of editable players, if they have any, listed with the athlete's name, position, and number, so you can find them easily in your own rosters and be able to edit them when the game finally allows you to save your edits. The link to the spreadsheet is in the description of this video. Please have fun with it and enjoy. If the spreadsheet helps you, please share my video with others. I would greatly appreciate it. Something I learned from last year is that whenever there is a roster update and more players happen to opt in, I am going to create an updated version of the spreadsheet while also keeping any previous versions active as well. Last year, I updated the original spreadsheet every time. That was a problem for those of you who saved the original rosters from College Football 25 at launch. You were unable to see a full list of editable players. This year, I got you. So I'm gonna do it differently, so there'll be different versions of the spreadsheet whenever EA updates the rosters for us. And so that is the video about how to edit a player. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the spreadsheet, especially once I get it finished. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. More College Football 26 videos coming from your boy Azkhalon in the near future. Drop me a comment below, let me know your thoughts. I really didn't expect that we wouldn't be able to save roster edits. And I'm gonna double check and make sure I didn't do anything wrong in this video, but I don't think I did anything wrong. Like, it's just not taking. But drop me a comment below, let me know your thoughts. What are some other bugs that you guys have encountered already for those of you who are getting to play it in the early access period? If you're new around here, check out all of my content. In addition to College Football 26 videos, I do other sports video game videos. I play indie horror games from time to time, and occasionally I do some other gaming type videos. So a lot of gaming content on my channel for you guys. So hit that subscribe button and join the Asgardian community today. I'm gonna get out of here and go enjoy some more College Football 26. So I'll see you guys in another video, whatever video that may be. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You could have been anywhere in the world trying to edit rosters yourself and failing. But you chose to spend some time with your boy Azkhalon, and I greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Peace.